Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails through Daybreak 2, where we just started the next day after our events in the condemned sector of the Blacklight District. Something I absolutely forgot to mention last time. When I said I was in the Märchen Garten, we also found these gem cards, which seemingly just give a bunch of connection level points and can be found there.
Thanks! Don't mind if I do.
I'll take good care of it.
Well, if you insist.
Whoa. You sure?
I'll gladly take that off your hands.
Oh, well, aren't you considerate?
Good. Anyway. Well, if it's now a delinquent tenant, your gang gets bigger every time I see you. Yeah, well, it's okay, like I asked for it. I apologize for any commotion. And I'm sorry I didn't stop you for breakfast. Just get a lot of that aroma. Catch me in a good mood and maybe I'll treat ya. Bye-bye. Didn't you all get invited to the Z1 Grand Prix? Yeah, well, that Comet Clown sent us free tickets. And Yumi said she just had to see it. That's right, we'll be closing up shop as soon as the morning crowd's gone. So if you'd like to order something, now's the time. Duly noted. Is something the matter, Yums? It's nothing. Anyway, did you know today's race for finals? It means it's gonna be extra fast. It's a little scary, but I still can't wait. I can definitely understand why you might find it frightening. You ask me, that just adds to a thrill. I've only ever seen them from behind the screen, but it's probably nothing compared to watching in person. Well, either way, this one's capping off a whole year's worth of races, so it's bound to be extra special. Yeah, I'd have napped a seat in the stands too if things went the way they are. But hey, don't let it stop your folks from enjoying yourselves. Oh, we plan on it, believe you me. Wouldn't be worth the lost business otherwise. You take care out there, everyone. I'll see you later! Huh? We'll just be on our way then.
I'm kinda surprised that stuck-up old man would actually come see a race.
Perhaps Mr. Lugan's gradual efforts have started to bear fruit.
Oh, what would you like?
A recipe.
Do your best out there, okay?
Wellness burger, huh? Good, then let's go look around for all kinds of exclamation marks.
Would you care for some flowers?
Sure is getting colder.
Now, what's it say?
Monster Märchen Garten free. Hey, so I found another weird one in the garden, but of caution though. When I scanned it, the only thing that showed up was question marks? You take care of it for us, right? As always, feel free to use the terminal in Reset's room to get the job done. Thank you, thank you! Alright, what else?
On my way!
We decided to investigate the terrorists for the main story right now, right? Anyway.
Why don't we see?
The escaped patient. A patient escaped from my clinic and his circumstances necessitate he not be left unsupervised. Would you mind bringing him back for me? I'll be waiting at my clinic in the meantime.
Praise be to Arusha.
Father, I've discovered yet another one taped to the wall of the temple. Again? What is this place coming to? It's already been torn down and disposed of. I'll go and make sure there aren't any more. Is something wrong, Father Mansour? If there's trouble, we hear you out. Depending on the issue, we can even take it on as a job. I appreciate your concern, but things aren't quite so dire. We merely had some occasional instances of unsavory flyers being posted, or even distributed around our grounds. You mean to say someone's been harassing the temple? If so, you should submit a report to the guild or police and have them handle the situation. Actually, these flyers concern a specific individual rather than the temple itself. Thus, we are in no position to press charges. A targeted attack, huh? Don't suppose there are bounties for a certain phantom thief? So, who are the flyers about exactly? You might not be familiar with him, but they regard a young man named Aslan. I feel like I've heard of him somewhere before. He's an up-and-coming Z1 racer who's been gaining steam lately. In the last race he came close to matching Maxime Lugan, the current champion. Damn, must be a real speed demon. Rumor has it that this year's Grand Prix will boil down to a straight-out duel between the two. Aslan's from the Central East and a good-looking guy to boot, so it's been a real top-trending topic. Does he have any connection to his temple? His accomplishments as an immigrant have made him something of a celebrity among those of Central Eastern descent. As such, a great deal of his admirers are part of our congregation, making this the perfect place to try and ruin his image. Yes, the flyers do nothing but besmirch his character. They claim he's a violent brute, but he has ties to the mafia. How awful. Any of that rooted in reality? There's no concrete evidence to speak of, so don't believe it's worth putting any stock into. The man himself has visited the temple a number of times. And as far as I can tell, he's as devout and sincere a youth as can be. Sure, but sometimes the goody two-shoes would have the most skeletons in the closets. Even still, this is clearly nothing more than a malicious smear campaign. Perhaps a guilty party is envious of his successes? Could also be the work of anti-immigration terrorists who can't handle a Central Easterners rising to fame. All men are equal before the winged goddess Arusha. She draws no distinction between race or ethnicity. To go against this is nothing short of deplorable. Father Mansour, if these flyers continue to appear, it may constitute a disturbance to the temple. In which case, you would still be eligible to file a complaint with the guild, despite not being the victim of a defamation. So please, don't hesitate to reach out to us if the need arises. I can only pray it doesn't. Nevertheless, we will keep your kind offer in mind.
Praise be to Arusha.
Let's do this.
Haven't seen that guy's muck in a while. Not that I'm complaining, the less of his anti-immigration activism the better. Still, I do wonder about him. Must be a real piece of work. You on the lookout for someone? Maybe we can give you a hand. No need to concern yourself. I wouldn't exactly call it a problem anyhow. See, this anti-immigration protester who often comes to demonstrate, he hasn't been around lately. Tell us more about this protester. The man's name is Jacobin. He's a wily sort, the kind who will leap at the chance to shove his radical rhetoric down a throat. We've cracked down on it time and again, but it never did much to discourage him. But now he isn't showing up at all. You don't suppose it means he's finally had a change of heart? But whatever the case, just take care not to get suckered in by any screwball solicitors. Jacobin, he's the one who wrote that threatening letter in Russian. And apparently he went back to his old ways without missing a beat right after. The guy's anti-immigration sentiments went deep. If he's gone cold turkey, that raises a few eyebrows. Maybe he just changed locations? Could be. They keep an eye out. Good. Then... TLoH?
Let's roll, gang.
Thanks for stopping by.
My, this is positively delectable.
Great solutions. An A-rank bracer and a divine blade. Here to sample our Eastern fare? The smell of it's so rich it takes me right back to Langport. I can feel my mouth watering already. Yeah, well, keep a leash on it until lunchtime. We're just making rounds of Edith's rumor mills while we work through our 4 species. Oh, well, one juicy tidbit I have is your run-in with the Lu family yesterday. You already know about that? I do, albeit only superficially. While we're on the subject, I've been wondering what became of the syndicate after the fact. The Lu family bigwigs are still somewhere in the capital, same as for Zhao and his man. What they're up to is a mystery, but I do hear the Council of Elders will be making a big announcement soon. Well, you can probably guess what it is. I anticipate a massive gambit from Zhao, but it came a lot faster than I was thinking. I'm of no mind to follow his example, but his cunning and audacity are to be admired. To be fair, it isn't as if this is all bad for the syndicate. Maybe not, but doesn't mean I have to whoop it up. Well, I for one look forward to what the future holds for Heiyue, and by extension the path you choose to tread. But enough about our internal affairs. I happen to have a piece of information here that might interest you. The True Grievance Brigade has resumed their operations. So it's true. We'd heard from Elaine that they were on the move. Well, the guild doesn't have any specifics. At any rate, their core members should all be in custody now after what happened at Aramis. Let alone were enough to deter them, they would have disbanded ages ago. I don't know who's currently leading their ranks, but they seem to be more zealous than ever. And I thought cockroaches were hard to stomp out. Easterners like us may be on their blacklist, but I doubt they're foolhardy enough to raise a hand against Heiyue. As long as they don't act against us, we extend the same courtesy to them. The rest of you aren't off their radars either. So you may want to check your backs. Point taken. Thank you for your morning. Whoop, someone's calling. Well, if it isn't the champion himself.
Hey guys, how's it hanging? It's been a while since we met face to face. You've just been counting down the days, I bet.
Why don't I spare myself a headache and hang up? Besides, we saw you at the park just yesterday. Hold on a second. The least you can do is hear me out. I'll just get to the point. There's something important I want to ask of you guys. Really now, the same day as a big race. Doesn't seem like a coincidence. You can put it that way, but I'd rather we go over the nitty-gritty in person. If now's a bad time though, I won't push my luck. Is that one related request, huh? Guess there's a chance it's connected to those terrorists? Actually, I think we can work you in. Is that right? Glad to hear it. Let's meet at 10:30 then. I'll be waiting at the Orbital Cafe in front of the station. See you on the flip side. What do you think Maxime wants from us? He got all tense out of nowhere halfway through the call. Maybe he has trouble moving over to Grand Prix? I don't know any better than you, but whatever it is, has my nose twitching. Okay, then 4 SPGs.
Let's be on our way.
Check out the arena.
Want to rest here?
Unprecedented doesn't even begin to describe this case. In times like these, when I wish I had that Spriggan on call. Ah, speak of the devil. Nice to see you, Aquat Solutions. Those expectant looks tell me you're here about the request I put up. Yep, can't make any guarantees, but give us particulars and we'll let you know if it works for us. A patient ran away from your clinic, if I recall correctly. How exactly did that come about? I'll start from the top and give you a rundown. It all began this morning. A man I'd never seen before had fallen unconscious here in the Blacklight district. It was easy pickings. That's to say, I gave him a checkup out of the kindness of my heart. Whether there weren't any external injuries, his disease had grown so severe that he couldn't move a muscle. I had medication specific to his conditions in stock, so I brought him into the clinic and treated him then and there. Wow, you're a real saint of a doctor. The safer part when she called him easy pickings. Now this is where the problem comes in. I took my eyes off him for just a second, only to come back to an empty room and some money for my services. There was no sign that anyone had come in, so he must have run off on his own. And if he's trying to dip out of paying his medical bills, that would be one thing. But the prices you charge here are practically highway robbery. Besides, this patient left enough mirror before going, right? That he did, and the funny thing is, it was actually more than I was planning to charge. In any case, I have a few ideas as to why he ran out on me the way he did. He kept on ranting and raving, "Can't believe they're after me," and so forth. And there's a lot more to it, but that's the only part I could make out clearly. Those are the words of a guy caught up in the wrong kind of trouble. Whatever it is, it's big enough that he'd rather book it than stay here and heal up. Maybe so. If it were as simple as that, I'd have been content to send him on his merry way, lollipop in hand. But his treatment isn't even close to complete yet. If he doesn't regularly take medication to relieve any side effects, the results could be disastrous. Worst case scenario, he died just like that. Oh, that's horrible. Shouldn't you be out trying to, I don't know, save his life? No need to get so worked up. I said worst case scenario, didn't I? The chances of that are below 1%. Though it's 100% certain he'll end up in so much pain that he will wish he were dead. That's not any better. Indeed, if his condition was critical to begin with, any additional side effects would only exacerbate it. His personal circumstances notwithstanding, it would be best to retrieve him sooner rather than later. I'm guessing that's what you're requesting us to do? Right you are. My patient paid me in full, so I have an obligation to ride this out to the end. I'd appreciate it if you could bring him back here as quickly as you can. That's a way more level-headed ask than I was bracing for. I'm also a bit concerned about whoever it is that's after him. Whether it's to gather information or save someone in need, a duty bound to address this matter. What do you think, Van? Let's see. Guess we don't have much choice but to take on the job. Thanks, glad you see things my way. Now, here's some pills. Pass them along to my patient if you manage to find him. They're the same kind I originally planned to administer in order to moderate his side effects. If he's already exhibiting symptoms, we should be able to curb him for a while. Consider it done. So, mind giving us a few more specifics on the runaway of yours? Not at all, he's a man in his late 20s with a slim build. The medicine I gave him likely restored his mobility to some small degree, but as his treatment is only in its early stages, ergo far from complete, I suspect he'll be struggling to walk. In that case, it should be easy to follow his trail. The next question is which way the guy headed. Is he hiding out in the Black Dog District, or did he already make for the hills? Well, why don't we go to the nearest exit and check? You can ask around the area and see if anyone saw him. If a sighting is reported, then the likelihood that he left the district grows. Elsewise, we can safely assume that he is still somewhere to be found here. Works for me. The exit closest to us is over in the northeast. Lindsay's shop is set up around those parts. We can try asking her about it. Let us search begin!
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
I have some good books on sale.
Got a question for you.
A slender, sickly-looking man in his late 20s. Actually, I did see someone like that just a bit ago. He went through that exit over there. We had the bullseye right off the bat. Oh, if he'd left the Blacklight District, it gives us no shortage of locations to investigate. We're gonna need a little more info then. Like what direction he went, or if he was being tailed. Anything else you happen to notice, Lindsay? Well, let me think. He was out of breath, but that didn't keep him from muttering to himself. Things like this passport should do the trick. And it will be dicey near the embassies, but I have to go. You could have knocked him over with a feather. I was torn on whether or not to reach out. Finn, wimpy times usually don't do it for me, but his heavy panting and looks of agony were just so adorable. Whoops, did I say it out loud? Only at the top of your lungs. Thanks for sharing, though. Funny girl, this one. Anyway, this passport bit sticks out to me. Chances are he came to the Blacklight District in order to get a fake one for him. Then there's a part about the embassies. Sounds like he got no choice but to be in the same area as them. Then our next stop is the Orba District. That's where all the embassies are. Well, I can't say I follow any of that, but I'm glad I was able to help. Hurry and finish off your work so you can visit me again, okay? Boyfriend number 4? How many times do I gotta say it? We're not together, period. Well, isn't this a comical little routine? You see the glare in her eyes? Terrifying.
I have some good butt.
Good. Orba District. Alright, here we are in the Orba District. This is a patient of Isabel's clinic fled to, presumably. But how exactly are you going to find him? Going by the dude's mumbling, he'll be steering clear from the embassies if you can help it. Other than that, we're pretty hard up for clues. Actually, I've got one thing we can try. Isabel gave this guy something specifically made to treat his condition, right? She said as much, yeah, but what difference does it make? I believe I see your implication. Let me just check if my idea holds any water first. Hello, hello, something, madam? We're on the hunt for your patient, but figuring out how to pick up his trace got us stumped. So I had a question for you. Is it possible to track any ingredients of that medication you gave him? You could also track the medicine itself? Oh, really thinking outside the box, I see. The dosage were delivered both orally and via injection. In other words, the medicine he ingested might leave detectable particles when he exhales. I can send you the name of a drug if you need. That would be great. I'll let you get back to it then. Knock on that out there. Or, well, you know what I mean. Now I understand the patient's briefing was labored. The traces he left are spaced close enough. Maybe able to affirm a shard search. Right, and factoring in wind displacement should allow us to reverse calculate the origin point too. And allow me to test whether shard search detects any matches to this pharmaceutical's components. Thanks, take it away. The traces are discernible, if only faintly. A shard search would indeed be feasible, albeit more difficult to follow than usual. You're incredible with that. At figures your tech wits. Wouldn't be much of a Mado concierge otherwise. Your praise honors me. Alright, let's get this show on the road. The longer we take, the more of a mark Rosette's calculations will be. Right. Looks like someone left some marks behind here. Might have stopped to take a break on the bench. Yes, getting so far as the Orba district must have been extremely taxing for him. We need to hurry and bring him back to Isabel.
Should offer up another friend.
This is as far as our trail goes. Our runaway patient must have passed through this gate then. But why? All it leads to is an abandoned subway line. There's a possibility that he has a fake passport, if you recall. In which case his goal would be to either leave a country illicitly or obtain a fraudulent visa. Given that, choosing this route would imply that he's attempting to escape the capital. I see now, he's planning to lose his pursuers by sneaking out underground. Sure, but the border's not exactly a hop, skip and a jump away from the Orba district. Would take a real nutcase to make that track with a body falling apart at the seams. Just goes to show how desperate he is. But the only way to know what he's going through is to ask the guy himself. Let's go inside and get to searching. Keep your heads on a swivel, just in case. Tamam. The team entered the abandoned subway line and proceeded into its depths. Then, in the distance, they spotted the figure of a man on the run. Shoot, they're gaining on me already. Well, nothing else for it. This won't buy much time, but I'm short on options. Just a little further until we catch up. Think again. Ratsy slipped away. And I think I just heard of a lock engage. These doors look old, but the security system seems to be relatively new. Most likely it can only be released from the opposite end. What now? Maybe it's a detour we can take? Going a long way on would just give them a free pass to check us off. Good point. We're better off keeping up the chase through here. You look pretty bone tired just now. I bet that you'll take this chance to rest. How do you plan to open these doors then? The only way you can, by unlocking them from the inside. Think your little friend can help us with that, Cutter? Oh, I get it. You want Theo to wrap around and disengage the lock?
Theo, reporting for duty.
But how are we supposed to get to the other side? There was a duct back over there. It probably connects to this room, structurally speaking. There you have it, Theo. Try sneaking in through the duct.
Understood, Cutter. Initiating auto mode.
Treasure! What? I wasn't. Nope. Ah! Perspective. I hope there are not any bonus SP for doing it in one try. Because I failed that one. Ah, come on. A serum capsule.
successfully traversed. Now proceeding to release lock.
Way to go, Theo. I was wondering why I didn't hear any footsteps. Turns out he barely even took one. Damn it, oh. Can't let him get me. Is he alright? His face is pale and he's sweating up a storm. Give him medication we bought. The side effects are starting to manifest. The group had the man ingest the medicine Isabel had given them. Thank goodness we were able to remedy the situation. I owe you guys my life. Who exactly am I thanking though? At first I thought you were the ones chasing me. We're from Arkwright Solutions, the Blacklight District doctor who took you in sent us a request. Apparently if you stop your treatment partway through, the side effects could be fatal. She wants you to hurry back ASAP, said she'd look after you till everything's done and dusted. Side effects. So that's what had me hurting like never before. But more importantly, Arkwright Solutions, right? Now that I get a closer look, I recognize you. You're that Spriggan who works with police and the guild from time to time. You even got ties to Kincaid from the Integrated Analysis Division. That'll teach me to let my guard down. You'll take me back too, aren't you? Not the place I'd expected the spectacle sadist to get name dropped. So when you say you're being chased by someone, you're talking about the CID? I knew this guy looked familiar somehow. He was there when I met with Renee at the cafe. He used to be a member of the Imperial Intelligence Division. Believe me, I could stop getting tangled up with Renee, I would. We've got no plans to hand you into the CID, if that's what you're worried about. Heck, we ain't even gonna rat you out. That don't mean we're on the same side though. Think of us as more of a neutral party. If we really wanted to capture you, we would have kept those meds to ourselves. Perhaps you'd feel more comfortable having a guild Naveen in lieu of a Spriggan? Never CID to demand your extradition, well, we would have no choice but to comply. If it isn't to your liking, I suggest you begin to explaining what this is about. Fine then, I'll talk. My name is Hubert. I'm with the 2nd External Affairs Division of the CID. And I'm sick and tired of being used as a pawn of an international information war. So I'm running away from both them and the Imperial Intelligence Division in hopes of reaching the Free Cities. Not just the CID, but the Intelligence Division as well. You must have held a pretty important position too, being part of an international information war. Important, he says, but treated me as nothing more than a puppet. I was a double agent for both the Empire and the Republic. A quadruple agent, if you will. A quadruple agent? Not even a movie would go for something so convoluted. How the hell did you land yourself in that gig? I was originally affiliated with the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division, but after a war I gave up on Erebonia entirely. So I struck a deal. If I brought him the head of a certain co-worker of mine, the CID would let me join them. Simply put, I shifted allegiance to the Republic. So by then you were just a simple spy. But then my target, the Scarecrow, caught on to my secret mission. He threatened me into pretending to be a double agent with a sworn loyalty to the Republic by following the Empire's instructions instead. Playing double agent for two nations when maneuvering to give one party the upper hand. Such are the activities of a triple agent. Yes, but then the CID caught wind of my circumstances, so they started giving me baited intel, fully anticipating that I would deliver it to the Empire. It only hit me just recently, but I've been dancing in the palm of a hand for who knows how long. And that's how you wound up a quadruple agent. I think I kinda get it, sorta. Except not really. Just listening to this is giving me a stress ulcer. You know, it was when I crossed over to Republic that my health started going to pot. Each superpower would browbeat me into probing the other day after day to the point where I couldn't spare a second hold a grudge against Arundel. Didn't have the energy to go to the doctors, and whatever time off I had was spent sleeping like a corpse. Wow, and I thought government jobs were cushy. I don't remember when it happened, but all of a sudden I got an urge to throw my career out of the window and leave everything behind. Today was the day I finally acted on the escape plan I'd been ironing out. And then I went to the Blacklight District to pick up my fake passport I sensed the CID nearby. While trying to hide myself, my condition worsened and I became a wreck, you see now. Nevertheless, I was determined to use these abandoned lines to flee the capital. They worked you raw. I get how you'd be fed up with that. But even still, I'd say you brought it all on yourself. Excuse me? When it comes down to it, the whole thing stems from you going turncoat on the Empire. You're lucky they didn't lock you up for treason or worse, put you up on the execution block. Just the fact that your neck's still intact makes this a better bargain by far. But hey, what do I know, right? Either way, you're coming with us. Like I already said... Hubert? Is this for side effects again? No, the medicine we administered should still be in effect. Perhaps it's a symptom of the affliction itself? Come to think of it, Isabella never told us what he was actually suffering from. Hubert, can you tell us the name of your condition? How do you expect me to know? What does it matter? My time is up anyway. This isn't your one-of-a-mill sickness. Not when the pain is this excruciating. Death is coming for me, I can already see the light. No, you can't give up now. It may not help much, but I can perform some recovery arts on you. Don't bother, honestly, I've been thinking... Even if I do make a life as a fugitive, I won't have long to enjoy it. The way I see it, this is my punishment for the web of lies I've been weaving. But you know what? That's okay. I gave it all I had and got as far as I could. Pull it together, you aren't beyond saving just yet. Come on guys, let's just hold him over to Isabel. Well, that is what we were hired to do. He sounds pretty intent on dying here, but it's not that we are beholden to vet or anything. The choice is yours, Van. I don't know, dragging folk along by force goes against my style. Looks like I'm gonna have to say something to make him change his mind. From what he's told us, this guy's got ambition in spades. I could try to goad him on that, and soak his will to live. On the other hand, even if he's already chosen death, maybe I can convince him to reconsider things objectively. Yeah, I'll go with that plan. So he ain't coming with us to the clinic and that's that? What would you rather do us then? Just leave me here. I don't need some spring and his posse of strangers watching me breathe my last. Besides, there's no sense putting this on your conscience when you don't have to. Fair enough. Personally, I'd be fine, but seeing you croak in person would really haunt some of the kids. Hubert, if you got the energy to worry about us, you should be spending it thinking it through with a cool lad. I'll be blunt, if someone from the CID really is after you, they'll be here before long. Let's say you're still alive by then, the next thing they'll do is take you to hospital. After that, if your sickness wins out anyway, the CID gets to use your death to their advantage. But if you survive, you'll be back on the job soon enough. And now that they know how volatile you are, they'll probably send you right in the line of fire as a sacrificial pawn. Not even the CID would go that far. On second thought, I take that back. They don't call him a spectacle sadist for nothing. But even if I go with you, could sense the CID's presence on Blacklit District too. Until you make it to the clinic, they put as many fast ones on those guys as it takes. Isabel won't sell you out of them either, not before you've recovered anyway. She'll see your treatment through to the end. Her pride as a back alley doctor demands it. So let me ask you again. Are you sure you want us to leave you behind? Fine, take me wherever you please. You practically had to pry the words out of your mouth. Just let us handle it from here. That one could have gone either way. Nicely played, Van. Well done bringing him back. You make it look so easy. I wish that wound up being way more of a hassle than we bargained for. Did it now? I already had the impression he was tougher than most. The way he scurried off his sickbed. Can't take it any longer. You're in critical condition, alright. Hey, what are you thinking about? Someone's life is on the line here. Is Hubert going to be okay, Isabel? If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. I get that you kids have moral compasses for hearts, but advice against playing nurse here. The treatment process will be a bit difficult to watch. Better to spare your eyes as well as his dignity. Out of curiosity, what exactly is he suffering from? Oh, did I never tell you? It's urinary calculus. Pardon? You mean like math? Not quite. In medical terms, calculi are stone-like crystals that form internally due to extreme stress or an irregular lifestyle. In most cases, they are found in the kidney or bladder and block the urethra, affecting the bladder and stomach before spreading all throughout. A patient is then struck with enough pain to make death a mercy. And then perfect health once stones are expelled from her body, though. Might sum it up for us. Simply put, it's not an untreatable disease. Most cases can be cured without surgery. Are you kidding me? I mean, I guess it's better than being in mortal danger, but still. My expectations do feel a little betrayed. Say it like it is, we got played. No. To be fair, everything she said from the get-go implied the medication was all he needed. You should have spoken up the moment you realized that. No, there has to be some mistake. It feels like I have a full set of knives filleting me from the inside. The pain depends on the size of the stone. In your case, it's decently large at about 0.4 reg. Don't worry, I'll give you a shot to ease your suffering. But it'll still be quite intense until the stone passes. You're just going to have to buck up and keep yourself hydrated. All I can do is power through. Doctor's orders, I suppose. This is also draining. But look on the bright side. Now you're on the road to recovery. With that, the request is successfully completed. Though for Mr. Hubert, the issue of his CID yet remains. Hate to leave you hanging, but this is the part where we pull out. We won't go out of our way to blab to the CID about you. But if push comes to shove, we got no reason to keep our lips shut. You did say you were a neutral party. Not that it's any business of ours, but have you given any consideration as what to do next? About that? You telling me off gave me a lot to chew on. I don't want to keep my distance from the CID until the stone passes, but afterwards, I think I go back to them. Is that so? And just a bit ago, it was my ambition to sit at the heart of a great nation, with status in one hand and power in the other. But as much as I hate to admit it, I was fighting a losing battle. Arundel and I are nothing alike. The same can be said for me and King Cat. So I've decided to give up on trying to outdo them. I see. Still, I've built up a career that spans the fields of espionage in 2 entire countries. Well, what me can say that. Keeping on as a quadruple agent is going to be a back-breaking work. But even if I can't be number 1, I learned to appreciate the status and power that suits my station. It's funny how much a small shift in perspective can do to lift the weight from your shoulders. Sounds like you learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes you have to know when to call it quits. That's as much of an answer as any. Well, here's hoping everything works out. Whatever your 5-year plan is, it can wait until after we take care of that stone. Let's get some painkillers in you before the next wave hits. Go on, head inside. Right away, Doctor. I guess this is goodbye then. Thanks for everything, truly. I'll transfer you your payment like always. Appreciate it. Get well soon, Hubert.
That's a wrap.
Reward deposited.
Good. Then we have
Let's do this.
the monster extermination. That's the last thing for today. A pillar? These looks like a pillar from the and the pillar and the things from Pandemonium.
This group's pretty sizable, so don't get caught.
Exactly, the stones.
Let's party!
Going all in!
and move in. Cobalt curtain. Activate. Now it's my turn.
Again?
Full boost.
Let's party!
Activating skill. Mr. Arkwright. Give them your all.
Over here! All for you! Got your number!
Don't screw with me!
Displaying enemy
Adjusting right
stats.
now. Pressure him and move in.
Going all in!
I suggest we strike now.
Activating skill.
Now or never. You'll never get it. Time to raise the curtain. Grimcat at your service.
Go!
Something's coming.
Criminal. You.
Deploying shield.
Too slow.
Deploying shield.
Go! Go!
Here's my chance. Full boost.
Going all in!
Pressure him and move in.
Let's party!
Go!
Up to you, Reset! Got your number! Chance!
Let's party!
There!
My sincere thanks. Here's my chance.
Energy output max. Activating skill.
Watch closely. Accelerating. Ah! It's over. Radiant Seeker.
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Get out of here! It's go time!
Pressure him and move in.
Going all in!
Activating
Baron.
skill.
One down.
Now or never.
Let's party!
Energy output max. Initiating skill.
Criminal. You.
3 crystals down. At least a tower.
Threat detected. Take care. Initiating
Deploying
drive.
shield.
Here I go.
Cypher active!
Full boost. Pressure him and move in.
Let's party!
me!
Something's trying to attack. Gotcha!
Eat this!
Here I go! The rest is up to you.
I'll handle this.
Pressure in the move.
Okay, I was curious. Where clone disappears, where switch reset out. Good.
Let's party!
Now! Steal yourself!
Thanks, pal. Take that.
Van, your turn!
Attack their weakness with an art!
You can do this!
It's go time!
Full boost! Go all out!
Show me what you got.
Gotcha!
Your turn, Judith!
Ready to roll!
Initiating skill.
Valiant! Larceny! Got you! You're up, Baron!
Activating skill.
Bolt in your court. Keep moving, Van.
Don't stop now,
Engaging skill. Boost gauge upgraded.
Now or never!
Initiating skill.
That's it?
Good. Found Divine Phoenix.
Well done, everyone.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Good, but that should be it. It was a remarkably easy monster fight this time.
Off we go!
Next we probably take another look around, watching what's going on in the town, and then... Anyway, until next time then, I'm Ace, and don't get lost.